My cousin Elbert told me about a cool program that he was in, learning business credentials and stuff like that.
My parents wanted me to have a little more direction for all of my creative energy that was bouncing around everywhere.
And I didn't anticipate it, I didn't want to do it so much, but once I got into it and I started to actually learn things and I got involved, I certainly grew beyond my expectations.
It's just a great program. I wish I had something like this when I was younger.
Just seeing the talent that was there and how the youth put everything together and how excited they were and their passion, I was sold from the beginning.
I did the B-Sides for what feels like a really long time, and it was a really defining moment of my high school career, my adolescence and stuff. The summer program that we had when we were funded partially by Michigan Works, and we had all those students in and those kids from around Ypsi, and that whole summer was a defining moment for me.
I was a part of the DI lab, and I learned a lot about computers, and that's something I didn't really think I would even get into, but Greg and Spencer, they showed me a lot of different parts, things I never heard of, like the network interface card. I didn't even know what the motherboard was when they first said it. I mean, I heard of it, but I didn't know what it was.
I attended their first graduation in downtown Ypsi, and so that was my initial contact with anything with the B-Side. And at that particular graduation, it was fantastic. There were youth there that had done photography, that had done design.
I have a passion for working with young people. I was in a current position with an economic development agency, and I thought it was the perfect match.
From what I can tell, from what I tell people often, is that if they really want to get involved, if they want to be able to, either learn a lot or make some money, or find their niche in what seems to be an otherwise set system, find where they can be their own boss or be their own, be in charge of their own computer. If it's a computer or a business, people can find their spot.
Seeing their growth from the beginning, whether it's like doing their business plan and seeing the impact that marketing will have, or if it's taking apart a computer and putting it back together and getting involved in the whole computer labs and maintenance of that, the inspiration that they've had and the encouragement that they've experienced, that has been impactful for me.
I went through, like most teenagers, a lot of different phases. I started out with like blue hair when I started coming to the B-Side when I was in 10th grade, and slowly evolved and changed and grew. I was able to look at the world and say, well, I want to do something for people, but instead of just not knowing how to help people and thinking, well, I could throw money at this, or I could just go volunteer at a soup kitchen, which helps in its own right, I was able to take my big ideas as somebody who really wants to help and channel them into something that's more feasible and something that I can use in the future.
Well, I've certainly learned a couple lessons so far, just things that I had never anticipated. So to try and guess what might come, it's a little bit hard, but from my experience or from what I know, the B-Side's given me a lot of opportunities to grow, gain discipline, learn kind of where I might be falling short, falling behind. So from a personal perspective, it's helped me grow. It will help me grow, in the future. But even past that, there are things where I will be able to get job opportunities. I have good contacts now with important people or people who have great connections now.
The B-Side has provided me with plenty of references and connections that I can come to when I need help in preparing for college, looking for a job, or coming back to refresh my memory on things that I've learned in the business department of the world. It's helped me get a job by using it as a reference, and people would automatically hear that, and then they would say, I want you working with me. So
I didn't really have the expectation of growing there. I thought I had the right path, but in the end, it helped me far more than I ever could have expected.
It's just a success story. It is something that I'd love to see emulated across the country. Because when you're looking at funding cuts across the board for young people, whether it's for educational activities or extracurricular activities, We need programs like this. We need to be able to show that there's value in teaching young people skills.
Congratulations on 5 years. I'm very happy, and I'm hoping to see the B-side around for many, many years to come. So thank you for everything you've done for the community and for our youth.
B-side's awesome.